What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and we are going to be talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 4, Episode 12. Can I tell you something? I wish Bernard had a got up and punched Marceau in the face. Let's get into it, shall we? All right, y'all. So the episode starts out with Wanda serving her potato full of diabetes, child. I don't know who the hell is eating these potatoes, but listen, Wanda, I don't want none, and I will never be in your line for your truck. Okay, moving on. So Kiki and Tisha the show starts off with them sitting down and continuing their conversation that they had at the end of the last episode. So Kiki says to Tisha, that she didn't call her back. She called her. Tisha didn't call her back. Tisha says, "Oh, I don't remember you calling." And then all of a sudden, Tisha's like, "You know what? I didn't want to call you back. That's why I didn't call back, because you and I really are not on good terms right now. And I really just don't appreciate you going over to Mel's house and telling her my business. Like, why were you over there talking about me with those women? And I'm not there to defend myself. You should have said, that's my cousin, and I'm not going to talk about her." First of all, I want everybody to think about the fact that Tisha is acting like she was there. You have no idea what they were talking about. You are speaking to this woman as if you were there front and center, and you know exactly what was talked about and what was said. You have no clue as to what was said. You don't even know if she was even over there really dog walking your ass to those females. So why do you keep on speaking on the situation as if you know exactly what happened? You're going off of what Kimmy told you, the bone collector of Huntsville this season. Kimmy, we see you. Okay, I like you, but you're doing too much this season. Like, I gotta be honest about that. You're coming back and you're telling half truths, and you're creating this whole volume of bullshittery that nobody has time for. And Tisha, you are the type of person that you want everybody to agree with you. You want everybody on your side. If someone doesn't, rah for you right away, then you have a problem. And that's just where it's at. She feels like Kiki is her cousin, and right or wrong, she need to ride or die for her over stuff she don't even know what was said. Moving on. So Kiki says, what did I do? And Tisha says, I don't know where we stand. And because you're hanging around Mel and talking about me, I don't really know how we can move forward. So then Kiki says, well, you allowed your husband to air out my business. And Tisha says Kiki is holding something over her head that happened 5 to 10 years ago at this point, and it's frustrating. So now, Kiki, I'm gonna have to get you together, because why we still talking about some shit that happened years ago? Sis, I'm gonna need you to build a bridge and get the fuck over it. Like, seriously, we have got to stop rehashing stuff. If you forgive somebody over something, or y'all talk about it and y'all clean and clear, rip the band-aid off, let the wound heal, and move on. Just like skin that grows on new, you need to let this be dead and gone. Okay, let it go. You're doing too much. It's rather taxing to continue to hear this. And at this point, if you're gonna keep talking about whatever she said to the hosts that you obviously were out here doing in these Huntsville streets, according to Marceau, that everybody saw, you need to go ahead and tell us what it is, sis. What was you doing? Was you out here, giving favors in the streets? I don't understand. That's alleged. I'm just making it up. Like, what the heck were you doing that you are so mad that somebody's saying something about you? Like, this was years ago. This must have been something so trifling that you did that you didn't want nobody to know. Because at this point, now I want to know what it is. Now I feel like you need to be aired out. Like, plain and simple. Let's get into some of these comments. Yes, years ago, and 2 wrongs don't make a right. Hey, Mary CR, nice to see you. You are a new person on my channel. Thank you so much for watching. LOL, I know I probably done said something crazy, child. Welcome, because that's what I do over here. All right, y'all. So, everybody, right now, please, please, please don't forget to like, Join the chat with us, comment, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell while you're at it so you can know when I come back on to talk some more shit with y'all about this episode. So, all right, moving on. Hold on, y'all. Stop the presses. Miss B is in the chat. I got a notification. Girl, YouTube being good today. I was mad at Tisha and them. Got a nerve trying to turn this whole family hillbilly hootenanny on Mel. No, ma'am. Of course, you come in with the tea and the tools. Nice to see you, Miss B. Thank you so much for watching. All right, y'all. So they're at this, they're still having this calamity catastrophe of a conversation, child. And so Kiki says she came to dinner at Mel's, and so Tisha gets up and walks off at this point because she don't want to have a conversation with Kiki anymore. And this is kind of what Tisha does. She says what she needs to say, thinks that she really buried somebody in the sand, and she walks off like somebody gives a damn about her huffing and puffing and blowing whatever down that nobody gives a damn about. So she walks off, and then Kiki is talking to her sisters, which I wonder if them girls are twins because they look just alike. Side note. Moving on. So she says that Marceau, and basically reiterating that they told her business and she didn't appreciate it. So Marceau chimes in and he basically says, well, I'm the one that actually told your business. Tisha didn't say anything, and your business is not really your business. First of all, what the fuck? Her business is not her business? Are you dumb? I know you are, but how are you going to say that her business is not her business? Her business is her business. And if you told her business, obviously she's pissed off and upset about it. So listen, I don't want to hear nothing about what was told to the Holtz unless Kiki is going to say what it is. Just air it out. You want to be on the show now, sis. Tell us what you did. Tell us what happened. Other than that, shut the fuck up. Okay? That's all I want to hear from you. Nothing about this situation. Get over it. All right? Moving on. So then Kiki says, I've been a good friend to you. So Tisha moseys her ass back on over to the conversation at this point. And Kiki says, I've been a good friend to you. And, they go back and forth yelling, getting loud and ghetto and on the other side of the tracks now, if you will, like they do in Bessemer. And then Miss Wanda comes over there and says, listen, y'all better all shut the hell up before I shut all this shit down. Okay? So then they start to chill out, and then Tisha's like, that's your niece over here. Then Bernard, child, he had to make us remember that his ass was there. So he's chiming in, saying a bunch of nothing. At this point, I feel like he's just kind of like the heckler in the background, and he really don't know what his position is at this point. And I'm starting to think that Bernard is a hired actor because his behavior is very questionable. What are you doing? What is your purpose here, sir? And you in your magnified suit. I don't know what you're over here. What is your point? Just go away and shut up now. Because it was funny last episode, but now with you chiming in and saying a bunch of nothing is really getting on my nerves. Okay. So moving on. Then they talk about Wanda says they already think we're on the other side of the track and y'all acting like it. And Kiki says, if I told someone something so personal and hurtful, y'all would be upset. Marceau chimes in and says, everyone in Huntsville knew what you did and they saw you. I'm like, was Kiki sucking dick outside? Like, what the hell was she doing? Like, Kiki, what you do? Listen, I need to know. I need to know what she was doing. Like, because if everybody saw you and it was something so horrific that you don't want nobody to know, sis, did you bust it open outside somewhere and somebody saw you? I don't know what's going on because it got to be that type of deep for you to be this pissed about them telling them your business. And then if she was doing something like that and y'all told the Holtz, I don't see why it was that important for y'all to tell them that. Y'all, I'm over here making up shit. Don't listen to me. But anyway, I'll be, was that what you was doing? So anyway, Tisha says Kiki has caused all the friction between her and Marceau, talking about infidelity and saying she talked to her about some infidelity and she says she knows that that's a lie. Kiki says, you better think, bitch. I'm like, oh, now bitch. That's your cousin. We calling each other bitches now. Okay. And then so Marceau comes in and shoots out of nowhere, like, don't you do it. You better not do it. Or I'll knock all this shit over. I'm like, so Marceau, what you do? because you wanted to make sure that she didn't say nothing out of her mouth. You wanted to make sure that she didn't spill any of your tea, sir. So clearly, Kiki knows more than you're trying to say. So Kiki must know, like Destiny tried to say in the after show with Carlos King, she must know where the dead bodies lay. Where y'all bury them? Let's get into these comments. Mary CR says, Marceau doing that double talk to Kiki, her business, not her business. Yeah, I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Her business is not her business. My business is my business. If I point my finger at you, that's my business, because I'm the one that did it. I'm in control of me, and I'm in control, and I own everything that I do. So what do you mean my business is not my business? That comment right there was very stupid. Everyone the problem but Tisha and Marceau. Exactly. Everybody trying to ruin their marriage but them. Everybody is more active in their marriage than they are. Didn't he shut that down in an instant? He guilty. And you daggone right, Miss B. You got the nail right on the head. Juanita Winters Tyler, welcome, welcome. Everyone causing problems in their marriage but them. Yeah, I just, it's really interesting. Nobody with the last name Scott has taken accountability for any of their shit this season. That's all I got to say about them. Okay. So moving on. Marceau gets up in a rage. And so Kiki's husband, Amin, steps up and he's like, hold on now. All right, it was all right when the women was cackling back and forth, but I know you better sit your hamburger looking ass down, because what you're not going to do is be talking shit to my wife. Okay. So you like to get dealt with. You better sit it on down. Okay. And so Marceau gets up and he comes over and he's trying to clean it up to Amin, saying, you know, I've done a lot for y'all. Here's what I'm getting from this whole situation. And I'm going to break it down for y'all very quickly. I feel like Marceau financially does things for Tisha's family. So therefore, they are doing all these theatrics on TV, so-called calling him out and whatnot, because they've all trying to get a little 15 minutes of fame. But at the end of the day, they're all in their pockets, and Marceau knows it. And he even mentioned it throughout all of this minutia of him going back and forth, talking a bunch of nothing. He tried to play those little word games with Kiki and it didn't work. He tried to go back and forth with her husband. That didn't work, because he basically said, all right now, this all for looks, but don't let it fool you. Don't let my looks fool you, because what you're not about to do is talk that shit to my wife that you do to your wife. That's what we're not going to do. Okay. So Marceau, I think that he holds the loyalty of Tisha's family through the wallet. That's what I got from this whole hillbilly scene. Okay. And Tisha's family is just as ghetto and ignorant as they come. And child, the things that people will do to get a little check on reality TV, all of y'all on here making yourselves look like a cotton picking fool. And I mean that in all sincerity. Okay. So moving on, Marceau says to Amin, you know, this is brought to y'all in a malicious, this is all brought to y'all maliciously. Marceau, you so smart, but I think the word is maliciously. I don't know what maliciously means, but I think it's maliciously. He always trying to riddle me this, riddle me that, Batman, but you can't even say a word correctly because your ass is lying. You're getting tongue-tied, and we see you. Your true colors are starting to bloom, sir. Okay. So then Tisha says Kiki came to her and told her the Holtz were going to try. Tisha says Kiki came to her and told her the Holtz were going to try to ruin her marriage. And then she gets upset and starts crying. And she storms off and she says, and you're going to team up with her? You're going to team up? We're talking about her teaming up with Mel to come for her in her marriage. And she storms off crying, saying she's done. So Kiki and Tisha going back and forth. They about to throw them bows, child. And all of this because y'all are trying to silence Kiki. Kiki is she's still mad over some shit that happened that she apparently did in the Huntsville streets that everybody saw her. And happened 5 to 10 years ago. All of y'all need to cry me a river, dick face, and get over it. I'm just sick and tired of it. All of y'all little dumb bullshit. Tisha wants blind loyalty, but nobody, she can do whatever she wants to everybody else, but everybody got to kiss her ass. Child, I'm about sick of all of this. Okay, all of it. Y'all can it. In the next scene, Kimmy goes to Destiny's house and checks on her. Destiny says Madani is doing good. You know, she's trying to move, doing the best she can to move on with her life, child. Which I'm like, girl, is Madani doing good? Because I'm gonna need you to fix your shelves. Because it seemed like you don't never had no damn products. I'm just saying. Okay. Before we get into it, y'all, let's just get into these comments real quick. They take no accountability, yet yell that everyone needs to do so. Over it. Listen, Juanita Winters Tyler. We see each other, okay? They have given them money, and Tisha probably feels like she doesn't want to lose what she has. Don't blame her, but stop acting like she's all innocent and a victim. Your marriage was a problem. Yes, it is a problem, a continued problem. It's all about images for them. But the image that you're giving off is that you look dumb. So y'all got a lot of money to look stupid on TV. And what you call a lot of money, I should say. We saw the real cracks last season in Vegas. Hello? Oh no, I don't want to renew my vows. You know why he didn't want to renew his vows? Because the mistress that he has out here, allegedly, that isn't going to look good. Because he's probably telling his mistress, oh, I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm just here because it's cheaper to keep her. So if you want me to keep giving you money and all the things that I'm doing for you, because obviously he's paying this woman, whoever he's sleeping with, if they exist, because ain't nobody sleeping with that bad body for fun. Okay. Ann Rodriguez. Hey Shay. Hey y'all. How are you? Yes, Ann has entered the building. What's up? What's up? All right, y'all, let's get into Destiny and her Hill of Lies, child. So Destiny says she thought, so Kimmy goes into asking her about what happened with Stormy and just pretty much trying to recap what happened at Jalen's housewarming party. So Destiny says she thought Stormy was cool. Like they had, collaborated on some different things before. Like she had talked to her, she had went fishing at her house. She had, talked to her about her store. She gave her the endorsement. The donation for her event or whatever. So they were cool pretty much. So she didn't understand what all of that was. And she said she actually had called Stormy sweetie before. So she didn't understand why Stormy was so butthurt over her saying sweetie, which Destiny, let's stop lying. You know that you said sweetie in a way that was to be disrespectful. You didn't say sweetie like, oh, hey, sweetie. She tried to say, oh, it's a down south thing. Well, bitch, you're from Detroit. So what the hell are you talking about? It's a down south thing. Yeah, you might have been born in Huntsville, but you be repping Detroit like that's where you really spent most of your days. Okay? I don't understand. So knock it off. Knock off the bullshit because you were trying to be an asshole and it was a fail. It was a classic fail. And she called you out on your shit. And it was what it was. Okay. So moving on, Kimmy said, okay, let's address the sweetie thing. Okay. And she says, after she had a conversation with Stormy, she can understand where Stormy would have thought that was disrespectful. And then she asked Destiny, she said, listen, do you think that your response was kind of associated with some added level of stress that you've had? And Destiny said, that's a bit accurate. I lost my marriage. We had the pandemic, which I'm tired of people blaming everything on the pandemic. If you and your spouse ain't get along or y'all marriage was trash, the pandemic did nothing to that. If anything, if you love your husband or your wife and you're in the house with them all the damn time, that should have made your marriage stronger. But you found holes in your marriage because y'all had to be around each other all the time. Y'all, that smells like y'all shouldn't have got married in the first damn place. That's what it sounded like to me. And Destiny, I could tell that marriage wasn't going to work in the first damn place because Destiny has a shitty attitude. Let's just call a spade, okay? So being in the house with her all day, now LeBaric had to put up with her shitty ass attitude all day long. And that would make me want to get a damn divorce too. Because if you an asshole, but I only got to deal with you in spurts, because apparently they had a long distance relationship. So now y'all are in the same space. Y'all just got married, and then you pregnant and having a baby. You done trapped this man, because clearly that's what I mean. That's my opinion. I feel like she trapped him so that he could marry her, and so she could spend all his damn money. That's what I think. Okay, but it's all minutia and semantics. Like, nobody cares about what you went through anymore, Destiny, because you don't intend to expound upon anything. And also, I think it's rude because LeBaric is not here to defend himself and really call you the bag of bullshit liar that you really are. And that's that on that. So moving on. Destiny plays with semantics. Oh, we using the same words, honey. Welcome, Juanita. I love you already. Destiny plays with semantics, just like she tried to say she hadn't spoke with Mel, yet they were texting. She knew what Sweetie was about during that argument, and she damn sure did. Because don't call me Sweetie and we at an elevated raise in the conversation, because I might be smacking your sweet face. How about that? Ms. B on 10 in that empty beauty supply store is her new friend. Tisha at least buying all her hair products from her store, or Marceau's fat back hair remover. Child, not his fat back hair remover, child. Lord. His back is fat though, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And Rodriguez is laughing at our craziness. Juanita, the pandemic was a blessing for me and my husband. We spent the last 2 years together, and it's comforting now that he's gone. But not everyone is so lucky. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Juanita. But like I said, like the pandemic, I think that's a thing that puts a highlight on where the relationship actually is, because a lot of people have delusions of grandeur of what their relationship really is and what it looks like. And there's a lot of people that have issues in their marriage or relationship that they constantly sweep under the rug. And being in the pandemic, you had to be around each other, and you had to deal with some hard issues and deal with some hard things. But I'm glad that you were able to find that moment to really enjoy him. Okay. All right, y'all. So Destiny said, so Kimmy basically pries and asks Destiny about her and Mel's relationship, and where that's going to be, because Destiny said, she felt bad because she lost her friend. She feels like, and she lost her husband. She's losing everything, and she also lost her friend. But I'm like, so you care about losing your friend now, because you've been talking shit about her all this time. So now you care about losing Mel? I don't understand. Either you care about losing her or she's a bad friend. You're talking in circles, sis. I don't even think you're starting to believe the words that are coming out of your mouth. You are a liar. Your destiny is to lie. That's what it is. You lie all the time. You don't know how to tell the truth. And I'm just really like, please exit left, Destiny. Why are you even on this show? Because you're not in love. Well, now you humping on some new dick that you talked about on Carlos King's show. But at this point, you're not in love, and you're not married, and you're boring as fuck. So I don't even know why you're on my TV screen right now. You're not sharing anything that we really give a damn about where it comes to your marriage. And honestly, I don't think it's fair that you get to be on here and talk a bunch of bullshit, and LeBaric is not here to defend himself. And I will maintain that. So moving on, Kimmy said, do you think, she talked about her stress, and Destiny said, yeah, that's right. She said, and then she also talked about not getting invited to Mel's sleepover, and saying that, it was hard finding out from other people. And so she says there's nothing she can do to revive the friendship, because she doesn't really understand what can be done to revive it. And she's not the one. Basically, she said what she needed to say, and it just is what it is at this point. Basically, she's throwing her hands up and giving up. Tiffany, so in the next scene, we gonna talk about this for like 2 minutes, because Tiffany and Lou are boring. I just don't get it. So Tiffany apparently goes to the compound to see Lewis, and she's like upset. She seems like she has an attitude because he didn't bombard her with, what happened in Utah as soon as she came back. And I'm like, sir, ma'am, you remember exchanged him for Mel. He wanted to come with you to support you in your endeavors to find your dad. But instead of you taking your husband to support you, you decided to take Melody, which no shade to Mel, but now you want your husband to be all excited to hear what happened. If you were excited about it, you would have talked about it. Or you would have said as soon as you came in, hey, this is what happened and this is what I found. You know, a lot of times females in general, you redirect your energy in the wrong places. Like Tiffany is really butthurt over something else. And it's just like everything Lou does, she's complaining about it. Like, I just really don't, I don't get it. Like, Tiffany is just a waste of space. So anyway, let's get through this, y'all, because I was so bored at this part. I almost fell asleep. So she starts telling him about the Utah trip and, you know, racism back then, and how she felt like her mom, from what she found, would have wanted to keep her, but she didn't. It would have been a risk for her to keep her because that would have put her dad, her biological father, at risk for being lynched. So that's why she feels like her mom gave her up, because her mother apparently had several other children since Tiffany. And quiet as it's kept, it sounded like she was the town crier hoe. I don't know what was going on with her mama, but damn, she had a lot of kids from what Tiffany said. But then, you know, she goes on and chimes in again about, okay, well, yeah, but I am still mad that you didn't ask me about it. And so Lewis was like, well, I mean, I feel like you would have given me the information when you were ready to give it to me. And that's just what it was. Like, I was waiting on you to share when you were ready to share. And he said, and at the end of the day, I know that it's harmful. It could be harmful, and apparently they're still living in that mindset of racism down there, but that shouldn't stop you on your journey and your endeavors to find your father, which I agree. I'm glad that he's still encouraging her, even though she being an asshole. So then they address Destiny telling Tiffany that she thought that her and Mel's relationship was just strictly a work relationship. And so Tiffany, child, I don't go to everybody's cast name besides her. Tiffany says, you know, I thought that was rather strange because I'm not going to bring somebody to help me find my father that I don't consider a friend. And I wouldn't think that Mel would have invited me to her sleepover if she thought I was just some work friend. And so she said, I did ask Mel that on our drive down to Utah. And Mel let me know that, you know, maybe Destiny said that because that's what she knew of as our initial interaction. However, yeah, that's not what it is. We're definitely friends, or whatever the case may be. So my thing is, Destiny, mind your damn business. Just say you jealous that Tiffany is still friends with Mel and you can't be, because you out here bumping your fucking gums talking shit. Okay? Moving on. Let's see what y'all talking about over here. Y'all are chit-chatting over here, honey. Okay. All right, here we go. And Rodriguez says, me too. I spent so much time with my husband, I got to remember who we were, just us. We've been married 36 years. Now I remember why I married him. Oh, that is awesome. I'm so happy to see it. Me and my husband will be married 9 years in October. And, you know, the pandemic was not something that broke us, but it did open our eyes to a lot of things. And I think it actually made us grow closer and actually have to get to know some more things about each other, which his toilet time is a little long. Okay, I realized that during the pandemic. But anyway, y'all, that's beautiful. I'm happy it brought you both closer. Same happened to us. Tiffany makes me sick, girl. She makes me sick too. I get mourning a friendship, but you both were the cause of that breakdown. It didn't help that you floated the narrative that Mel wasn't a good friend in the first place. Nail on head. Okay, nail on head. Mary CR says, same for me and my hubby. I loved him being home. Juanita, that's amazing, Mary. Miss B, no shade. Wait a minute, what'd she say about her house? Tiffany's house, husband, clothes, hairdo, style, and line are all boring. Child, when that broad said she was 34, I said, I know you fucking lying. Girl, you are 44. That's what you are. Okay. And I've seen 44-year-olds that look younger than Tiffany. Okay. And Rodriguez says, I am so sorry, Juanita. My heart goes out to you. Yeah. Juanita, Mel seems to be telling folks on this show where their place is in her life. I agree with that. And honestly, I don't see anything wrong with that. You know, some people grow apart. Relationships change. Things get different. You know, so why am I going to act like I like you and I don't? And Mel doesn't seem like the type of person that can just be sitting around people being fake, which me, If you ever get to know me personally, y'all will know whatever I'm feeling, it's gonna be right on my daggone face. And sometimes I may say some stuff that's a little off the wall, and I probably should have kept it inside my damn head, child. I'm working on myself every day. Lord working on me every day. But you always know where I'm at. You always know what I'm truly thinking and what I'm truly feeling, because I do not believe in being fake at all. Okay. And sometimes you can just do some shit that ain't right. And I feel like Mel has a tendency to do that with the way that she shows how she's feeling. But it's all authentic, and I can appreciate that. Y'all put a thumbs up on this video while we're here. Thank you so much, Miss B. Yes, y'all, like up the video. Let me tell y'all something. As a creator, it helps us. I know y'all get tired of us asking y'all to like the video, child, but please like the video. It is a free way for you to help me. Okay. It helps me get in the algorithm, and it helps for YouTube. I don't know why sometimes they don't get the notifications out the way that they should. But when you like the videos, you comment, you share the videos, things like that, it really, really does help us. And I truly appreciate each and every one of you that does that. So thank you so much for all that you do. Shay, that's wonderful. If it's worth working on, do the work. That's beautiful. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. I guess we probably talking about my big head husband, y'all. Y'all be seeing him in the back of my videos sometimes, walking in the kitchen. I'm in my room today. I know, Shay, and we are now raising our grandbabies. It's a lot all the time. Oh, that is awesome. LOL 44. Yes, ma'am. Mel seems fake to me. I can see where some people may think that, but I think I have a pretty good feel of how Mel thinks. So I don't think she's being fake. I think she's making people see where they are in her life. And I think that that's okay. And Rodriguez, me too. We were together 22 years, married 10, 11 next month. He was the love of my life, and I was his. It's a blessing. I hope others can experience love. It's not always easy, but can be beautiful. Oh, that is amazing. Like, to be with somebody that long and to be able to share space with someone that much and enjoy every single minute of it. I think that's priceless, and I think that's something that should be celebrated. Absolutely, because so many people this day and age, people talk about marriage so bad, and like it's a bad thing to have somebody. But these single men out here looking hungry and desperate and lonely, and then they want to wait till they in their 40s and 50s to get married, child, and they wish they could have love like that and experience that with a person. Sometimes people regret that over time. They feel like they shouldn't have been knuckleheads and just went on and committed to one person instead of being out here wasting their money in these streets. But that's another story for another time. Mel isn't without her flaws, but I enjoy her. Oh yeah, she's definitely not flawless, not at all. Trust and believe that, because I done called her ass out on a couple of videos in the past. If you just go back and look, you'll see. I just need to go back to season 1. I guess it's hard to understand in season 4. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot that has went on, but for sure, it's definitely something to look into. All right. So moving on from Tiffany and Lewis, child. So in the next scene, Martell meets with his manager to discuss the wine tasting event in Atlanta, and they're basically just talking about the guest list. Apparently, it's going to be Marceau, Lewis, Maurice, and Chris. Chris is the guy that allegedly Marceau tried. Well, not allegedly. Chris Fletcher is the guy that Marceau tried to use as an alibi, saying that he went to Atlanta with him when everybody was saying he was out there cheating, and his thick ass back was in that video that surfaced on the internet. Yeah, and Chris went on the internet and said, I know you fucking lying. What you not about to do is say I was with you, because your ass is lying. I wasn't with your ass. So that's Chris Fletcher. So this must have been before the lies came about. Okay. So moving on, she's working on the branding, and basically they're getting the event together. And then they talk about Marceau passing his test, working on that, and how he's working with the tutor and just kind of seeing where he's at with that. He said, well, I'm working on it. I'm taking the test in 2 weeks, and I'm confident that I'm going to pass. But, she says, yeah, because I want you to build my mansion. And he says, well, I can build your mansion right now, baby. I can do that, because you over here riding off the backs of other people's builder's license, child. But she said, no, I want you to build it, and I want your name to be on the blueprints, not anybody else's. And he says, okay, I got you. Which I ain't seen him post that he passed that damn test. Moving on. Marceau and Tisha go to a coffee shop, and they pull up in Marceau's 2-seater. I'm like, She finally get to ride in it. Okay. Y'all are just doing too much. So they sit down to talk over coffee to talk about Wanda and this damn child, this food truck of horrors. Okay. I'm like, I wouldn't buy Wanda a damn Scooby Doo van, more or less a damn food truck, honey. Okay, she is not very business minded, and it's giving waste your money. Okay, so he says he's not going to invest because Wanda doesn't have a business mindset. And he kind of gives a slight to the women in Tisha's family. He says, you know, the women in your family are strong, but they got a lot of mouth. Why did you have to say that? And he said, and having those characteristics doesn't make a good business person. Well, Marceau, you talk a lot of nothing, but you own a business. So that's not why they shouldn't have a business. So you need to shut the fuck up. I don't know what you're talking about. And Tisha sitting there just nodding her head like, yeah, yeah. Sitting there while he talking shit about her family. But yet you had your family sitting there defending your damsel in distress ass. Like their relationship is just very toxic. And it's very the way that he sits there and plays mind games with her is very troubling. And it's sad. So he says she was trying to put Kiki was trying to put their business out there, and she is still mad over something that they had to share with the Holtz that could have ruined their relationship with the Holtz. And Tisha tears up because I think she's really hurt. I think her and Kiki were very close. Kiki did say on a live that her and Tisha were very close. They're like cousins that are close in age, and Tisha will come up to her. She went to Alabama A&M too, I guess, and Tisha would come stay in her dorm room with her. They actually had an apartment together. They lived together. So they were like tough, tight. They were tight like butt cheeks. Okay. So for her and Tisha to fall out, I think Tisha is really, really devastated over it. And she really, I think that she's sacrificing a relationship with her cousin that she loves over some stupid shit. Like, I think her and her cousin can really salvage this. They can sit down. Kiki need to fucking get over this old shit that she's mad at, and Tisha need to stop thinking somebody need to kiss her ass to be around her, and that's it, and that's all. So Marceau says Bernard is going to make him lose his mind, and he's a moron. He talks about, and then he also talks about her family harassing him and flocking around him, like drilling him with questions or whatever the case may be. So Tisha says, well, I think that my family does that because you never answer questions dead on, like head on. You are always constantly talking around stuff. So they feel like I don't speak up enough. So they ask all the questions that they feel like I should ask. And I'm like, Tisha, tell him that you put your family up to this bullshit, because I'm just about goddamn tired of it. You put your family up to ask these questions because you are too scared to ask your husband yourself. And you know that he's going to freaking lie to your dog ass. Like, just ask the question, sis. But here's the thing. A hit dog will holler. Okay? Tisha don't want to ask the questions, because to ask the questions means that she has to do something about it. She doesn't want to do anything about it. If Tisha, honestly, let's tell the truth. If Tisha finds out, if it comes out on camera, or she actually sees the dick being inserted into the badge, she will still not do nothing. She'll be like, okay, I know, but now I'm a damsel in distress, guys. Oh my God, what about my children? It'll turn into something else. She's going to make every type of excuse to not leave this man. So I don't really give a damn about her leaving him at this point. I don't. I just don't want to hear about it anymore. I want to hear her say, I don't care about him cheating on me. That's what I want to hear her say. Because it's clear that he's doing something. Boo-boo the fucking fool can see that this man is doing something. But this girl is so dumb and delusional. And stop talking about everybody else's relationship. And stop trying to say that everybody is ruining your relationship. It's y'all two. Y'all both are the ones in this relationship. So y'all are the ones that are ruining the relationship, not anybody else. Moving on. So then Marceau says, listen, I will learn. And Tisha says, can you promise me that from now on, When I ask you a question, you don't razzle dazzle me and riddle me this, riddle me that, Batman. I need you to answer the question straight on and not joke with me, because that really bothers me when you do that. Thank you. Thank you. Finally, she said something. She finally found her bowls and grabbed them motherfuckers and used them. I'm tired of her being such a dumbass. Like, I'm glad that she finally said what she needed to say. Stop using your ghetto ass mama. Stop using your ghetto ass family. Stop hiring random cousins to come on TV to say shit to your husband. Just say what you need to say, sis. So Marceau, in typical mindfuck fashion, says, well, you know what? I'm going to do that. I will do that. I will answer the questions. That's what I'm going to do. But can you promise me that you're not going to ask me questions? Basically, that's what he said. He's like, can you promise me that you're not going to ask me something that's going to be disrespectful or something that I really just don't need you to ask? So then he goes back and dips back into 1999, talking about him dropping off a bottle of chocolate in a bottle to mail. Now, you know damn well that's not the question that bothers you. You basically want to tell Tisha that you don't want her asking you shit. That's what it is. Just say that. And Tisha, you ain't gonna ask some shit because you walk on eggshells around this man. You sitting there trembling while you sitting on the couch. You had all this ghetto bullshit to give to your cousin. You was rah at the table with her, but you don't give that energy to your husband. You going off on everybody but the one you really want to go off on, because he's trifling. He disrespects you every chance he gets. You look like a clown. You really do. And it's sad because you're allowing your husband to make you look stupid on national TV, national freaking TV. And you're ruining relationships with people that you obviously are close with in your family over over your husband's bullshit. So moving on from that, y'all, because I'm just so sick and tired of them. He might as well just say he might as well just told her, I'm not going to answer any of your questions ever, because I don't want to tell the truth. Let's see what y'all talking about over here. The history is deep. They are shady and messy. Spell Melnika. I like that she encouraged him. He's a mess. Oh, speak Melnika. I like that she encouraged him. He's a mess, but I hope he gets it together for those kids. Show them how to pick yourself up. Absolutely. And here's the thing. I don't like how Martell handled himself and how he did what he did, child. But I would like to see him turn his life around. I really would. Don't nobody want to see somebody down. But as you climb, don't try to put other people down in the process, namely your ex-wife, okay? Because your children are going to see this eventually, and they're old enough to go on the internet and see things. So Juanita says, I know Marceau is alive with his mouth. I can't believe he said this. Yet another reason why they look foolish. Absolutely. And Rodriguez says, I think Tisha is really hurt too. She definitely is, but she's hurt and she's in denial. That's the problem. She lives in a constant state of denial, and it's actually very annoying. And she be stressing me the hell out. I'm like, girl, you know, the grass is greener on the other side. Okay. I don't think it would take much. Either Tisha agrees with him in private about her family, but is fake defending him in their face, or she's letting him trash them to feel better about her being different. That's definitely an interesting way to put it. I think Tisha is playing wounded warrior. That's what I think she is. She wants to be wounded, but then she wants to act like she's Xena warrior princess around everybody else. Like, you know, Marceau don't bother her and she good. You know, everything is good with them. And it just doesn't work that way. Like, we all see right through you. Marceau does get some stuff right. Bernard is a lot. He definitely is. Like, I really don't even think, because Tisha kind of stuttered when she said Bernard was her cousin. I think he's fake. I don't even think that's her damn cousin, child. Because it don't even seem like nobody else on the damn episode knew who the fuck he was. Right. Tisha puts her mama and family up to this mess. She definitely does. I would respect her better if she admitted that she doesn't want to know and is fine with her life, period. Absolutely. Absolutely. I 100% agree. Just say, listen, y'all, don't even tell me nothing because I am living in a marriage bubble. I want to wear team wife shirts. I want to be a wife. I don't even want to know. Just don't even say nothing to me. Like if it's happening, unless it's something where it's like really detrimental, don't even tell me. And that's what it is. And here's the thing. Even if you did tell her and it was true, she's not going to do anything because that's why what people don't realize is she doesn't want to know because to know would mean that she has to do something about it. She doesn't want to be Mel. She can't be Mel. Tisha is a damsel in distress. She can't stand on her own 2 feet. She's a whiny wimp. So she needs somebody that's going to, she already got her family doing her dirty work with her own damn husband. But every time she does ask him a question on camera, he never answers directly because his ass is lying. That's why. He don't know how to tell the truth. Oh, sis, you know not everybody leaves. She loves him like that. That is sad to me. Absolutely, very sad. We left. Far from it. Far be it from me to tell someone how to deal with their marriage. She has to live with it, so find a way to do so and stop blaming others. Absolutely. And here's my thing. If she want to stay, that's on her. I'm not telling her to leave him. I'm just telling her to stop the bullshit. What's up? What's up, Sunshine 488? Thank you so much for joining us. I love you, love you, love you back. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? I got all my faves on here tonight, y'all. I'm having a good old time. Marceau is basically saying you ask the question, don't be mad at the answers. She knows this. Just own it. But here's what I would like him to do. I want him to actually answer the question. Because he never does. He jumps around all the town and don't say a bunch. He says a bunch of nothing. And that's, I think that's everybody's problem with him. Juanita, Mel was probably in this position until she couldn't take it anymore. The public disrespect. Absolutely. And Mel said that her breaking point was when Martell wasn't trying to get better. Because here's the thing. As a married woman, you know, we all like to say that, oh, if he cheating, girl, I'm leaving. I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge. Yeah, right. Okay. Some women, that very well may be true, right? You may be like, you know what? Cheating, I'm washing my hands of you. Okay, I'm done with you. But there may be some women that will forgive you, like Mel did. Okay. But then when you come to me like Martell came to Mel, basically saying, well, you didn't talk to the older women. You know, this is just kind of what we do. This is what men do. Okay. So he was telling her she don't need to try to help make him be different. She needs to just find a way to cope with it. And that's where she had a problem because that let her know that, oh, you're just trying to find a way to do this better and keep on doing it. You're not trying to stop. You're not trying to get better. So guess what? I'm going to get out of here. That's what I'm going to do. Marceau is very calculated and manipulative. He definitely is. And he thinks that the stuff that he says is so profound and is stupid. If Marceau was an open book, no question should be an issue. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Marceau really is manipulative and calculating, which is why he and Mel see each other. Okay. Juanita is not seeing it for Miss Mel, honey. I think the reason Kiki is still mad about what Tisha told the Holtz, it's because Kiki opportunity to be full-time cast on the show. Oh, wow. Now that would be an interesting take. That would make a lot of sense because I think that Kiki did say that she was approached about being full-time on the show. And I don't think that Tisha wanted her to be on the show. I'm not for certain, so don't quote me. Bernard is probably Wanda's friend. Yeah, he probably one of her other boyfriend's child, not a daggone cousin. Shit. Basically, Letitia wants to be Teresa Giudice. She loves her blinders and she wants him to be her safe place. Yeah, and listen, Teresa, I don't know if he's safe because that man getting sued left and damn right. Is there a class that some men take on how to talk a lot and never say anything? If that's a class, Marceau teaching it. Oh, absolutely. Some people try to save their marriage, and I don't blame them, but I also don't blame those who have enough and leave. But don't be a Tisha blaming everyone else. Absolutely, I agree. No, I like Mel, but Mel isn't a fool. She peeps Marceau's BS. Oh, for damn sure. For damn sure. Absolutely. 100%. And let me tell y'all something. If y'all don't think that Mel didn't find out the shit that Marceau was doing in the midst of that divorce, you a damn fool. So she knows more than she's saying. And Letitia will want to be quiet. So moving on, y'all, at this last scene with Kimmy and Mel, Kimmy's failed attempt, basically, baby, at trying to get Melody to be damn friends with Destiny again. Kimmy, I'm gonna need you to find something to talk about with your storyline, sis, because this whole trying to play kumbaya with everybody, this is not your thing. It's given very forced. It's giving fake. Because the Kimmy that I know wouldn't give a damn about none of this drama, and she's going to go into her cocoon and do her own thing. But I guess they're like, listen, sis, you're gonna have to get into action some kind of way. So you need to be the village bone collector, and I'm gonna need you to get on it. Because other than that, what the hell do you have going on? Like, honestly, what else does Kimmy have going on? Nothing. So Kimmy is basically talking to Mel and saying that, you know, she heard about her going on Tiffany's trip with her and that she thought that was really cool. And Mel says, yes, she was happy to go. And Kimmy says that was it was great that she did. And also she thought it was great that she came back there when Destiny was having a bit of a meltdown at the Galentine's event. And she came back there to pretty much calm her down. And Mel says, just because we're on the outs, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be there for her when she obviously needs me. Like, she was back there be showing her ass, and I was trying to get her to calm down. That's just Mel being Mel. That's what Mel said. She's like, when someone has a moment, and they basically need somebody to pretty much help them to get themselves together, she's not against that. It doesn't matter where they are in their relationship, and she would do that over and over again. And she said that her and Destiny even had a conversation the next day after everything happened, and they were trying to come to common ground, but Melody felt like the entire conversation, all Destiny was doing was pretty much trying to defend herself, more or less sticking to the facts. And Destiny strikes me as a person that just likes to argue. She likes to talk a whole lot of shit about a whole bunch of nothing. So you're not going to get anywhere in a conversation with her. And that's probably why her husband left her ass. So you want to have all this big dick energy and talk a hole in somebody's head because you just trying to make yourself seem right. That's not a healthy relationship. And I can see why Mel, honestly, y'all, these reviews, your throat get dry. Give me a second. Honestly, I see why Mel doesn't want to be Destiny's friend, because Destiny is very fake and she's very calculated. If y'all look back into, I think it was last season when Destiny was getting donations for that event, did y'all peep game where Stormy, this is somebody that you obviously barely knew, Stormy donated to the event that she had, the event that she so-called gave the trip to Kimmy and Marceau for their anniversary trip or whatever, honeymoon. Everybody was notified about giving a donation but Mel. But this supposed to be your ace boom coon. Okay. So Mel says, well, that's funny. Everybody got a message or information about a top tier sponsorship but me. And Destiny was like, oh, I must have forgot about that. No, you didn't. You didn't forget. You were being shady. You didn't want to showcase her business as top as a gold sponsorship at your business because you were being petty, because you felt like Mel wasn't giving you the attention that you needed, and you felt like you were pissed because Mel wasn't defending you like you felt she should have against Tiffany and all of y'all stupid bullshit that y'all had going forward. But Mel, still being the bigger person, she had a check prepared and said, you know what, but this is the type of friend I am. I'm still going to donate to your event. And she said, but I see you. And I peeped that. I said, Mel got her fucking number that day. She said, you know what? This bitch is fake. And she want to use me for what she want to use me for and then throw me away when it's convenient for her. It's okay when I'm on her side and I'm being rah-rah for her. But when I don't do one thing that she doesn't want me to do, then you want to throw me to the wolves and treat me like crap or be shady behind my back. I saw that. And Mel peeped game then. And then when you gonna say she was a bad friend, you over here co-signing with Tisha at the reunion, and then you talk. Can't nobody tell me that they wasn't talking shit about that girl in that hotel room. You definitely can't tell me that. So I'm just like, You know what? It's a series of things that Destiny has done to slap Mel in the face. And Mel is just like, you know what? She had to realize this woman is full of drama. I have 4 children. I have businesses that I'm running. I have a certain level in life that I'm trying to achieve. And I can't do that having a hothead like her around me. It's not going to work. And Mel was tired of being used. I feel like Destiny was using Mel. Mel writing, when she was writing checks, she was cool. But then once you got around the Scotts, you felt like, okay, yeah, Mel wrote me a couple checks, but I need to stay on this show. What can I do to stay on this show? Let me be a bitch to Mel. I will sacrifice my friendship with her so that I can have a storyline to stay on this show, because that's a bigger check. And here's my thing. Destiny is not doing anything to better herself. You still have this store, which obviously is a financial burden to you, right? You're obviously paying commercial rents on that's a huge space that she has for that store. Get rid of the store. Do online e-commerce. It can be done. Destiny is constantly trying to keep up with the Joneses, and I'm sick of this woe is me story that she keeps giving us. I'm not buying it, sis. I believe Destiny is trying to keep up with the Joneses. She's mad that her life is not where she wants it to be. She thought that she was going to be in this power couple marriage with LeBaric, but LeBaric was like, let me pump your brakes, sis. You're not about to spend all my damn money, because she want to be in the latest and the greatest. And he just didn't have time for that. You didn't get to know your husband before you got your husband. And that's what it is. So no, I don't feel sorry for Destiny. And I'm just really over Kimmy trying to make her and Mel be friends again. Because clearly Melody doesn't want to be her friend. And that's clearly, I understand why. Nobody wants a leech or a liability as a friend. And Destiny is definitely a liability, because anytime you can switch up as quick as you did, and then you asking me about being your fucking village on the last episode, are you kidding me? Why are you asking me about being your village? And I just wrote you a $6,000 check to pay off your electric bill that was past due. First of all, why is your electric bill $6,000? Why are you living in this big ass house and it's just you and your son? It's just a lot of decisions and choices that, and don't quote me on the amounts, y'all. I did hear 6,000 something for something. But why are you trying to hold on to this image? Humble yourself. Humble yourself. And the same people that you're alienating, Melody and Stormy, those are the people you should have gravitated to, because they could have helped you get your business together. Tisha over here putting on the front, turning up for, putting on for the city, acting like her marriage is good, and it's not. But this is the person that you want to connect yourself to. And Kimmy, she don't give a damn about none of y'all, quiet as it's kept. Her and Maurice in their own world. Kimmy like, listen, I got me a young husband. Because Kimmy in her 50s, y'all. She ain't never going to tell you that. But Kimmy in her damn 50s. And she like, I got me a young husband. I'm over here living my life, getting dick down all around the town. I got my jobs, my businesses. Life is good. And if Maurice out here cheating on me and I find out, it's going to be some hell to pay. But I ain't looking, because you seek, you shall find. She on that road with Tisha too. Because them daggone Scots must know how to put some blinders on a bitch, okay? Moving on, y'all, because we got to close out this scene with Destiny and damn Mel, so we can get, Kimmy and Mel, so we can get to the boys going on their little raggedy ass trip. So basically, Kimmy is trying to get Mel to be friends with Mel, and Mel said, hell no, I won't go. I ain't trying to be her damn friend. And Mel was like, when she's talking about a support system and all this different stuff, when I tried to be that, apparently that wasn't wanted. Sometimes people want to go through stuff on their own. And you know what? Who am I to stop her? Listen, it is what it is. And Mel says she wouldn't know what was going on with Destiny because she hasn't talked to her. Okay. And that's that on that. So moving on, the guys meet up to get on the Sprinter van to go to Atlanta. And Martell asks, what did their wives say about them coming on the trip? And Marceau says, Tisha said, live your best life. Now, you know the fuck she didn't. First of all, I don't even know why Tisha let your ass go on the damn trip. But then again, she let you take your ass to Africa without her too, because she's fucking boo-boo the fucking fool. So listen, Go wherever you want. Just live your, you know what? Live your best life because she don't give a fuck. So moving on. So then Maurice says, I'm going to have fun, but not as much fun as Marceau, apparently. And Marceau says he just goes to commit, talking about basically alluding to Maurice going down there to commit adultery. He's like, well, I hope you don't go down there and commit adultery. I'm like, Marceau, really? You would be real butthurt if Maurice snitched on your ass and told everybody what you was doing, because I know he know where the dead bodies are. So then Martell says they're going to, he basically gives them an outline of what's happening. Lewis is like, fill me in. What are we doing on this trip? I wasn't there last time. So Martell says, yeah, it's going to be a lot of booties and women and fun. We can probably go to the strip club, we're going to have a dinner, and he was really laying this thing out. He's like, yeah, because I'm single and y'all married. So, I can do whatever I want. I can be with the ladies. Martell, your Mighty Mouse looking ass. Don't nobody want you, sir. And any woman that does right now, more power to you, sis. Because he ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out, as my grandma used to say. Okay? So then Martell says we might have some surprise visitors. And I'm like, who are these surprise visitors? Unless it's Marceau's mistress, I don't give a damn about who. Don't surprise me, okay? So then Marcel says he hopes everyone has a good time, but, since they're married, they better be on their best behavior. And then Marceau turns to Lewis and says, listen, I don't want no damn pillow talk out of you, okay? Whatever happens in Atlanta stays in Atlanta, all right? Keep your damn mouth shut to your wife. And I'm like, well, Marceau, what the hell is going on that you scared he gonna tell some damn body? Are you meeting the mistress down here? Like, the fuck? Child. Let's get into these comments before I get up out of here, y'all, because y'all know I got to go watch Love and Marriage DC, and I will get that review out to y'all tomorrow, okay? All right, we're going to start here. Marceau is basically saying, you ask the questions. Don't be mad at the answers. I think we already went on that. We already talked about that, y'all. Yep, we already. Let me scroll down. Scroll. The more Destiny and Mel talk, the more I'm confused. Destiny says how much Mel did for her, yet still called her a bad friend. Says Mel is manipulative, yet look at what she's been doing. Bye. And you know what? Let's talk about that, because it irritates me that Destiny always says that Mel is a bad friend, and that people are like, well, why is Mel saying how much money she's given her? You damn right I'm going to tell people what I've done for you, because clearly your goal is to slander my name in these streets, and you know good and goddamn well how good I've been to you as a friend. And for you to continue to talk shit about me is fucked up, frankly. So I will be telling people too, because what you're doing is assassinating my character at this point, and I don't like it. I believe they said something in that room, and I felt it was about Martell calling her a cheater. That's why Mel won't say what it was. I don't know what they said in that room, sis, but it definitely was something. They were talking. I think both of them were in there venting about her. Destiny's mad because she's not getting as much time with Mel, and Tisha's just jealous of Mel, period. I just think that Tisha is just mad at Mel's boss moves because she can't do it. Tisha out here playing business lady. Yeah, she had a building in her name and all this, that, and the third. But somebody using your credit to buy shit doesn't make you a boss bitch. And Tisha out here getting all these degrees, but still out here looking dumb. I don't understand. And I'm not to discredit her, because I'm glad that she's an educated Black woman and, on paper. But what I'm seeing in public does not display such. They said that was a lie. Okay? So those must have been some thin walls in that hotel. Listen, okay, I don't know what the hell. At this point, I just want them to say what was said. What was said? What had happened? Okay, give her a story and they will be cool. But Mel is not in that kind of space with people anymore. She cuts ties. Listen, that's what Scorpios do. My best friend is a Scorpio, and so is my sister-in-law. If you cross them, you're done. Period. Okay, you are so done. I believe Mel heard while at the door, and yeah, she was standing at the door and heard them talking. It was said she came to give Destiny her new number. Yeah, that's what Mel said she went to the door to do. And she had asked the person at the front desk for Destiny's room number, and they gave it to her. And that was when she came up and heard them. How far behind was that bill for that amount? Dang, we plan all of them to be on the show, period. Listen, I'm like, how much money is Carlos paying these people? Because for you to have a bill that much and not pay it, child, you need to move out of that house, because that's a lot of damn electricity. What are you turning on? Turn the lights. Turn out the lights, because you can't afford it. Okay, do that. That's what you need to do. Mel gave $10,000, gave $1,000 on the bill, and then gave her money for her custody battle. That's what blew me. But you couldn't say she was good, was a good friend to you when asked. Listen, we on the same page. It's messed up. Marceau, a damn lie. Ain't no way she was that cool, or she said it sarcastically because he was going away. Martell faking because he's still hurt deep down about losing his family. Oh, he damn sure is, because he's trying to get back in now. All over the internet. Oh, okay, Juanita. It just didn't make sense to me. We can't wait. We can't want better for Tisha than she does for herself. And you're right about that. Listen. I just want her and her husband to stop playing in my face week after week. That's what I want her to stop doing. Stop talking about everybody else's relationship. Stop saying everybody is trying to ruin your relationship. Call a spade a spade. It is what it is. Accept what's going on in your marriage. Accept that you're unhappy. Accept that you don't feel like your husband dotes upon you the way that you want him to. Accept that you really think that he disrespects you all the time, and work on that and move on. Y'all are imperfect just like everybody else in their marriage. Like, nobody has a perfect marriage. But what you're doing, sis, is trying to pull the wool not over your eyes, but ours too. But we ain't blind. No joke, girl. I walk around 10 times a day turning the lights out here, and she had her house lit up like a Roman candle. I'm like, damn, was it Christmas? Did you put all the Christmas lights out? Like, what the why is your bill that high, sis? It's too much. It's team too much. LOL and facts. Listen, because I'm going to turn this damn light off when we done. How about that? Does Tisha have a job? Well, they have their businesses. So I'm pretty sure that they're making enough money, living in that little ass house that they have and so-called building the Scott Manor, which I wish they hurry up and build, child. And they, because they got all these cars, but you got a small house and you're living. I don't know what, I don't know. Listen, I ain't about to count nobody's coins, child, because I damn sure don't want nobody counting mine. But listen, they got enough that's keeping their lights on, okay, and not no bills on the door. But anyway, y'all, it has been amazing. We've been on here for over an hour, child. I ain't never did no live this long. So y'all I really enjoyed y'all tonight. I really, really appreciate everybody that watches my channel. Thank you to everybody that's new here. Hello, welcome. Please come back. We have a good time here, as you can see. And, I really, really love engaging with you guys and seeing what you think about these shows. It really makes my job as a creator so much more easier to do. Okay. So thank y'all. I really enjoyed you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much for constantly being here for me. And my main subscribers here. Thank you so much for all the new people. I really appreciate this. Like, I am overwhelmed with happiness of how many people are on this live with us. And we were able to go over an hour, child. I can't believe it. But thank y'all for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like. I know y'all tired of hearing it. Like, comment in this chat with other people, or watch this video from the beginning if you're just joining us, and share this video with anybody else that watches this crazy show too with us. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.